Welcome to the Creator Show. Today, I'm your host, Jane, and we have Amy, we have Nico,
Hello.
and Master Namadish.
Namodish.
So today is a very special day. Every day is a special day, by the way, because we are living in a different day every day.
That's the lesson for today.
Jane's on a roll. Okay, we're finished now. We conclude there.
But anyway, today we have a special guest, which is Amy. We would like to introduce Amy. She is our new team member, so welcome.
Thank you. Hi, everyone.
She's not just new team member, she's a athlete.
Yeah, athlete.
Representing
Used to represent Great Britain for swimming.
Britain.
For real.
For swimming.
For real.
Grand Britannia.
Great Britain, that's correct.
You thought it was for yoga?
I thought it was something else, but I can tell she's very built, you know.
The shoulders.
Yeah. I remember when I saw you in the Zoom because you joined the 21 Days Yoga Challenge, right? And I saw a lady with like muscles and doing right knee, right elbow really easily. Usually people find it hard in the beginning, but you're just like, whoof, and you got it.
Actually, that really just came after training with Master. I used to do yoga maybe 10 years ago, but I wasn't really any good at it because I was trying to use my muscles. But when I started training with Master, he helped me to use my mind more and be more mindful about my movement. So rather than thinking to lift myself, I would think about what I wanted my body to do, and it became so much easier.
I see. So how does it feel? Do you feel any difference as a sport athlete and now you are a yoga teacher, yoga trainer? What do you feel the difference?
Well, I haven't really identified with being a sport athlete for a long time. I had to quit swimming for after a car accident, maybe when I was 21. So I wouldn't say that I had that identity of being an athlete, but recently, last couple of years, started swimming again, but more mindfully and more focused on my passion, my love for swimming, than trying to achieve something. Actually, yoga is just so perfect for me because it allows me to use all aspects, all passions that I have in life. So my athletic side, my creative side, and my spiritual side as well.
That's awesome.
I've always had a fascination with athletes because, so you must have, you were training from a young age, was it, or?
Probably 6 or 7 when I started to get serious and train every day.
Six or seven,
Yeah.
getting serious and train every day. That's what I'm saying. It's like
That means you started
Commitment.
before.
you
right?
built a mentality there, isn't it?
It's a very interesting life. It starts out just a hobby, and then the second you start to win,
Yeah,
it
that's when you
starts to
accept.
change. You win, people are happy. Okay, must win again.
Mm.
And then before you know it, it's no longer a choice. It's
Yeah.
I must win. I must keep going. It's not. It's no longer a hobby. It's more of a career. And then by that point, you have a choice: either make the decision to quit or keep going with this career and keep trying to win, keep trying to progress. So there's always something. There's never an end to it. You win counties, then you win districts, Midlands for me. Then maybe I can win nationals, and then maybe I can make the team. It never ends. So.
So would you say was it a happy journey of your how you remember it? Is it a
It's very mixed emotions. There would be so much joy for a fleeting moment when you finally win or get the time that you want. And then very shortly after, the realization, the pressure kicks in for the next step. So if you win the trials, okay, then you've got the Europeans or the World Cup to focus on, and all the anxiety for that kicks in, and all of the doubt kicks in.
So would you say you love the sport or what?
Now I always loved the sport,
Uh-huh.
but that wasn't why I was doing it before. So after a
So
long,
so it gets into a rhythm of starting to chase for something.
it's like a conveyor belt.
Uh-huh.
You're no longer questioning it. You're just watching yourself on this path.
And then a number of years just pass by.
Yeah, that's correct. Now I realize my love for the sport, and that's why I do it. And it's changed the sport for me, because when I'm swimming because I love it. And actually, because of that, swimming and racing became just so much easier.
But I think it's the thing about athlete, especially on that competition level, I think it builds up a kind of mindset, no? Like when we always say how you do anything, how you do everything, I think that even in this yoga thing that has been happening very recent, the past couple of months, I think that if you really think about it, there's 800 people on the call or something like that, and then you're the one who sat here right now, and it's not like it's a just coincidence that just random person sat here. There's a lot of actions you took, which was immediate, forming groups, gathering community, doing things, active every single day, being active, and I think it's a winner's mindset that's like inbuilt in there from how you were built.
That's correct. A lot of things have come so easily to me in life because of how committed and how driven I was early on. But that's not all athletes. That was me as an athlete. I was always the type of person, if you ask any of my coaches, Amy's the one who just gives 150%. She will work herself until, she wants to throw up. She will do whatever. Yeah, there have been times, in training at that level, it's very tough. And but in my life, whenever I make a decision that I'm going to do something, I will always do that to my best ability. That's a combination of me as a person as well as how I was as an athlete. Actually, it's just very interesting because I never got that win. I never got my goal in swimming. But for some reason, yoga, that was instant, thanks to Master.
Well, I think everything connects for that reason, right?
Yeah.
Like you see the whole of life, you train certain things, train certain mindset, train certain mentality, and then suddenly it happens for something else maybe.
I remember when I had my chance to make Olympics, and when I dove into the pool, and it's for some reason, even though everything was perfect, all the preparation was perfect, I had swum so fast in the heat, it felt like I was swimming against the strongest current, as if something was dragging me back. And I never understood that. But now I realize if I had made the team that year, my whole life would never, it would not be the same as it is today. I would not have learned anything. I would not maybe had the chance to develop in this way. So
You were a breaststroke champion.
breaststroke.
So was I.
Really?
Yeah. In one time. No. Wait. Everybody's really shocked at the moment.
I am so shocked.
I'm shocked.
I think I was 7 or something, and then one of the team members who were competing that day got sick, so they threw me in.
An introvert master.
No, I'm not a breaststroke champion, but I competed one time.
Okay.
In
So you were a
school Olympics.
That's actually...
and what happened was, it was really funny because I remember everybody was there, like all proper. I didn't know that. I was just one odd person who knew breaststroke. So they said, just put him in there. So I remember getting ready for it, and then everybody was getting ready to dive. I couldn't dive. So I was like, so what am I going to do? And then they said, it's okay. So you will just stay in the pool first. So I was like standing in the pool. Everybody else was getting ready to dive. So it's like, okay. And then my teacher said, just kick very hard to the side of the pool. I said, okay. And I remember it's like 3, 2, 1, and everybody's head going to the water. My head was there. I was swimming. And I finished last, but I competed.
Wow.
It's like proper gunshot and everything. Yeah. So that
Never
was
give up is the key,
brilliant.
right?
Well, no, I gave up after that. I came very last, very last. They dived in, and then I was like this, and I thought, oh, okay, it's finished. Yeah, but I tried very hard, very hard. Yeah.
That actually makes a lot of sense, because breaststroke is a lot of the poses we do in yoga that are very tricky for some people. For example, when you're kneeling, then you lie back. Breaststrokers can naturally do that because of the bend that you have to put in your legs.
That's
so
why I'm so good at
makes
yoga, you
sense.
see, because I'm a breaststroke champion also.
Yeah. So maybe you never realized your dream as a breaststroke champion.
That's why.
Interesting.
And now, now you live a lot on this spiritual, and then the discipline. How do you find that mix? Because I know this guy's all about flow. I see you like looking at flow also,
Mhm.
but then discipline is a kind of, how does that work? What does that mean to you?
I think through yoga, I finally managed to find the way to be both strict with myself, but also kind with myself at the same time. So I won't give up. However, I need to give up if I'm causing myself pain. I need to understand that. And there are times where I think I'm a perfectionist, and that helps, because there's always another level to yoga. You can never complete yoga. You can never complete an asana. There's always something you can learn in it. And I love that. So I'm always driving for that perfection, but at the same time, enjoying the journey. The discipline really comes from the fact that when I decide to do something, so for example, the 21-day yoga, no matter what, I will show up for that 21-day yoga. And for everything that we've done, all the programs I've done with I Am Creator, I will show up no matter what, if I made the decision to do it. And that comes from the training and just the commitment to the training.
I see the same with you. What about your music? What's the
It's
same?
interesting you mentioned that I come across as someone of flow, which is actually a nice thing. It's a compliment, because although it seems like that, I played drums. I was pretty hot on electric guitar. Actually, there's so much discipline to learning a musical instrument. Hours and hours and hours and hours and hours and hours and hours for years. And the fact that it comes across as flow means my hard work's paid off, actually. I'm in between the two. Now, actually, where I find myself now, I've understood the importance of flow. And actually, when you put yourself in a mindset of too much discipline, you put the hard work in, but you're not letting, I guess if you want to talk about law of attraction and manifestation, if all you're thinking about is energy out and you don't let go and you don't let yourself get into a state of flow, you're blocking the rewards, the manifestation come back. So where I find myself now in this phase of my life, I've put all of this discipline in, all of these hours, and now it's just a time of like, okay, just let it come. So yeah, for me, it's just finding which thing I need to be disciplined in, and then which thing I need to be flowing in.
It's no coincidence that the people sat here go through the same type of
Absolutely,
thing,
yeah,
isn't it? I mean, last night, because he was working all night. All night. Well, I can see because the light's on. At 2 a.m. I see across, because their house is across the other side. You see? So the light was on at 2 a.m. and they're still working. So it's a but every day when it doesn't appear that you are stressed, it doesn't appear that you are fighting for something. Very cool type of calm energy.
It took a lot of practice and a lot of inner work to get to this, actually. Little over a year ago, I was the opposite. You know, I've always had this chilled kind of attitude, but the inner stress was definitely there. And this is something that Wealth Yogi program, actually I mentioned to Svenja, because for those of you who don't know yet, I'm a new guy to the team. And she was saying, you know, you're dealing well with the situation. And I said to her, you know what helped me is yoga, Smile Through the Stretch, and Poker Face, and Wealth Yogi program. It allowed me to understand that through stressful situations, the only and most efficient way of actually benefiting from the situation is to just relax into it. Because then, I mean, like Sadhguru said, you've got all of these things going on anyways. Why would you add a layer of stress? It's just a habit.
It's like set it hard, and then forget it, receive it.
That's it.
Master the form, flow with the
it.
formless.
Yeah, that's it.
So discipline, work hard at the thing that you really want. Keep working, but in the midst of the working, you also have a relaxed energy, calm vibration.
That's it. And it's not easy. It takes a lot of conscious mental and physical practice.
Well, yeah, it took me 30 years to understand.
Yeah. 27 years for me. Good luck. And headstand.
So for whoever you're watching right now, these two personal example of how to really commit yourself but detach with the result and just enjoy. Yes.
Yeah.
Are we 4 introverts here or something? Nico, go.
Oh, okay. I'm supposed to flow now. Okay.
If you give him a guitar, he'll be fine.
Yeah, give me a guitar, a drum kit, a piano. It'll be good.
It's
Can we
so-
manifest it?
It's so funny. Like most of our team members are quite introvert.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's interesting because I grew up similar to you actually. It's same with like school. Something happened in school where at first as a kid I was the most extrovert kid, so much that my parents used to get annoyed. I was the noisy kid. Still am like noisy, full of energy. Something happened in school, but then I had a knowing, especially when it came to music. Like I knew that like my passion was music. I didn't really choose music. Music chose me, and I knew that I'd have to get over this fear. I didn't really have a choice. If I wanted to do what I enjoyed, then I'd have to like fake it and learn to be confident, and then you just go through life realizing that actually being confident is a lot more fun, and you get so much more out of life. And now it's not only is it become my natural state, but I've realized that it's everyone's natural state. If you ever go, I used to work in a nursery working with children. If you ever actually spend some time with kids, like Louis, for example, who's amazing, you realize that like shyness is not part of human nature. It's just a cap that's been put on top as a protective layer.
Yes.
And to break through that?
To break through that, wow, it depends on the person. It depends how, for me, I was so sick of being shy. I was so sick of being unconfident. I knew that I had more to experience and I had more to offer. And for me, it was just a matter of wanting to enjoy life enough that like I had to do the inner work. But it's different for everyone. Everyone's got different levels of willpower and it's a tough one. What about you? You was your speaker journey, right?
I actually, coach of mine ran through a breakthrough activity with us. Is a breakthrough activity that we do at Master the Stage, but you guys didn't get to do it because of the lockdown. That was one big changing point for me. What it does, I can't expose the activity, but what it does is within 2 to 3 minutes. I think you've seen it before, huh?
Mm.
You experienced it before?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was in MTS a couple times.
Yeah. So, actually less than 2 minutes. Within a minute, you're in and you're gone, and for those 3 minutes, you have no recollection of what happens, and then 3 minutes later, you come back and then you're like, what just happened? It's like that.
Yeah.
But what the activity does, it disrupts the past and it shakes you up.
Yeah.
So it shakes you up and creates absolute chaos in your system, and because it shakes you up like that, then what happens is we do with the right context, we settle it into a new state. So we shake it up into chaos, then build it into a new state. So that was one thing that it changed. It was one event that changed it, and I think that the only difference is because it's not saying you got to do a breakthrough activity like that. Is that naturally a lot of people, they go through life and they have breakthrough things like that. Maybe a relationship pisses them off so much that they get so shook up or something. Maybe something very dramatic, traumatic happens, and then
Amy.
and then they break out.
Yeah.
You know, and then suddenly
Sure.
everything takes a 180 like instantly.
Yeah.
So that happens. The only difference is I didn't have that natural. It didn't come at that time, but around like 9 years ago or something like that, I went to this event and we went through that activity. The next day, I didn't know what happened because I could just walk on stage and feel good.
Yeah.
And it was like, but I couldn't even speak to a person and feel good. You know, never mind walk on stage and feel good. So it was that.
It's a very powerful activity, breakthrough activity though. Like there's a lot of emotion bring up,
It's crazy.
and then but when you are in there, you went to a state of zen. Like nothing is there. Like
You just don't know.
Yeah, you just don't know. But the moment you realize you're out again, like so it's.
but this is what usually after the activity, what we say to people is some people are conscious straight away. They see what the change is. Some people they don't know, but they feel different. They don't know what it is though. It will come a number of years later where they'll be like, I'm not the same anymore. I don't know what happened, but I'm not the same anymore. So sometimes it's unconscious change or conscious change. But regardless, if you shake people up in that way, it's a bit like, I don't know if you guys are familiar with Osho's work.
Yes.
Yeah.
Where
The
he does
dynamic
meditation.
meditation.
He has that, what's it, catharsis, where he shakes people up, gets people to go all angry, crazy, whatever, things like that. So it's a little bit like that, but it's what we do is a little bit more extreme, pushes a little bit more. But that's the idea. Shake it up. It all bubbles up and all the shit comes out and
Oh, I can't wait to see next batch.
I'm still to
That's
do
my
that
favorite.
one. I can't wait. If there's anything I'd say to people who find themselves shy and lacking confidence, and because you're an action taker, you've gone out and lived and chose to go out and experience life. It's kind of like a catch-22. You have to go out and experience things for you to break that pattern of shyness. But then you're thinking, I'm shy, why would I go out? You just got to go out and live. And trust me, as soon as you start stepping forward and taking action, life will give you so many opportunities to be shaken up. And that's what I did. I just had hunger for experience, and yeah, like so many things just shook me up, and it was like I had no choice. So go take action.
I think it gets it. Overcoming fear at first, understanding fear and overcoming fear at first is the most challenging thing.
Yep.
Like when you first met with something you've never done before, it'll freak you out. Stress, anxiety, everything comes. You know. You do it. When you pass it once, you realize it wasn't as bad
Still
as
alive.
I thought, right? And everybody's experienced that on some level before. And then what happens is the second time you're faced with something else that you fear, you kind of recall once overcoming fear. So you know, oh, okay, I know the feeling, I know what's going to happen. So if you take the courage the second time, then you go through it again. Third time you go through it again. Fourth time you go through it again. Fifth time you go through it again. How I've seen it, and because I think a little bit like what you said before. I was sick and tired of not being anyone, you know.
Yeah.
I was sick and tired of being just the quiet boy who sat in the corner all the time, you know.
Yeah.
And I got into a whole streak of just action take, just like fearless, just like okay, you know, well, fuck it, just do it, right? So the whole thing was that way. To a point now where when big challenges come in, I don't see it as fear. Fear is not the right word for it to describe it, like my feeling towards it. I can't resonate with the word fear.
Yeah. I get it.
I think it's a kind of like I don't know what's going to happen. So it's unknown.
Yeah.
I know it's unknown. And a bit of excitement.
Definitely.
And a bit like, I wonder what happens when this box opens up.
Yeah.
And it's
Curiosity,
a
right?
curiosity.
Yes.
And it's kind of like, okay, well, let's continue and see what happens. And the interesting thing is, I'm not saying that everything that happens to everybody is always positive. But because now embracing it and looking at things and thinking, this is going to be interesting. I wonder if it's going to be another miracle thing that changes something in my life, you know? Because I have a positive outlook to the situation.
Everything, yeah.
Every time it opens up, it's positive. Yeah. And sometimes it will open up and it's a negative first. But even the negative first, when you play the game over and over and over again, it's purely a game, that's all.
Yeah.
When you play the game over and over again, you realize the negative is only to lead to a positive.
Yeah.
So then it's kind of like, when it's negative, it's like, oh, negative. Oh, that means I should go again. Yeah. It's a bit like snakes and ladders. It's a roll of a dice. It's kind of like, okay, one you go down, 2 you go down, okay, cool. 3 you go down, but you know 1 is going to go up again.
Yeah.
And it's kind of like that. So when I look at it, it's like challenge. Oh, another challenge. Okay, well, let's keep smiling. Let's keep going. Oh, another challenge.
Yeah.
That's interesting. Well, okay, we go again. And then suddenly it's like, there's a ladder. And it's like, oh.
I wonder what's at the top of the ladder.
And it's I think life is like a continuous journey of that. I think the big problem with most people is that they can't take that first step. They can't get themselves to take it because it's just fear. Oh, it's unknown. It's unknown. It's almost like playing snakes and ladders and saying, I'm not going to roll the dice. I don't know. What if it's a snake? You get what I'm saying? So I'm not gonna play.
Yeah.
You know, it's like that. That's how most people live their life.
Mm. And just to elaborate on that, like, I don't know about you, but for me, it got to a point where as soon as something negative comes up, it's kind of like, you know what? I can't wait for the goodness to come after that, because you know that once you're over the bump, it's just, the ride is just smooth. And then someone else will come. But that's another story. It's kind of like negative reward, and then it gets bigger. The negative gets bigger because your mindset is stronger.
Now you're freaking the ones out.
Yeah, hang on. But because your mindset gets stronger, you're able to like just hop over it, and the reward is even bigger. It's huge, and yeah, it's quite wonderful actually.
It's quite wonderful.
Yeah,
Not very wonderful, just quite wonderful.
half wonderful.
I think
wow.
I think I handle fear differently. Just listening to that, I think well, these days I push myself through fear so much more because of what I've overcome. Because I always question myself when I feel fear. What's the worst that could happen? Okay, I've already been there. Okay, I've trained for 4 years, given everything. I can't even begin to describe the sacrifice to try and train to make Olympic team for 4 years, only to have that gone. Worst case scenario. Okay, that happened. I got up. Okay, next thing. All of the things that I've overcome have made me realize how strong I am. So, worst case scenario, what's your fear? That this is going to happen. So what? I know I can get through it even if it does, and then I just push myself to do it anyway.
Jane?
I have no comment. I feel like ever since I've been working in the team since like 2 years ago, there's not much fear about something. It's more of thinking, how do I get over this situation and then go to the next chapter? So, yeah, I think fear is something that I haven't really thought about for a long time, to be honest. And
But even when you first met us, you were extremely quiet, right?
yes, very.
and just sharing in class would be fearful, no?
Yes, but yes, that was the case. Yes, and
So something shifted, and how did it shift?
you went through a breakthrough activity, then you will find out. Yeah, I went through a breakthrough activity, and then on the final day, I went on a stage and talked about my life and my dream.
And how you're gonna change the world?
Yeah, and how I'm gonna change the world. I was known as a world peace girl.
She had
And-
a very beautiful speech at MTS.
Amazing.
Yeah.
No, actually, that's not the first. I first remember you crying.
I cry all the
that was
time.
That was my first time remembering, which was at I think it was the Holiday Inn or something, the hotel. Yeah,
Mhm.
Business Systems Mastery.
Oh, business system mastery. Yes.
We were talking business. We're teaching business and business systems. So,
Yes.
and at the end is for question time. Suddenly she asks a question and she starts crying.
Yeah,
Everyone's talking about business and then she's talking about something else and then she starts crying.
Yeah, I remember that was my final year of university, but family situation got so stressful, and then Master seems to know a lot, so I decided to take him as my mentor. So, thank you for taking me in.
And now you feel no fear for anything.
Yes, no fear for anything. It's about
It's funny because now it's like a lot of the time we say, okay, Jane, go do this. Okay.
yes, it's actually like,
Go on stage. Okay.
did you just said that? Okay, I accept it. Yeah, so that's why everyone will see my face a lot in the future.
That's
Yeah.
amazing.
And every one of you as well. So Nico is in the team, Amy is in the team. So our team is getting bigger and bigger and bigger, and we can't wait to serve you guys. Yes. I want to play a game though.
Oh,
Like,
okay.
it's been a while since we play a game. So Amy, do you want to bring that up?
Sure, we'll play Heads Up.
Heads up.
Let's see how much the
I've
perform.
actually never
Have you played this
Heads Up,
before?
no.
Who wants to start?
Not me.
Okay.
Not me.
Go on, you got the phone in
Oh,
your hand
dear.
already.
Okay,
I'll
so
start.
okay, so basically everyone need to describe what shows up on
Gotta put it on
the
your
phone.
That's it. Oh,
I don't know who he is.
I'm relying on you.
Can you do
he's
that? Can you?
okay. He's
You
a.
say he. No?
Yeah.
It's a he. He's an actor who plays in a lot of films regarding smoking weed. and
I
I
was
think that's
thinking-
right. I think that's right.
I was
Oh,
thinking.
even you don't know.
I
I
think.
think
Everybody
it's
knows.
possibly right.
Yeah. Also, oh man, how can you? You don't wanna. You don't know him?
Is it very tough? Is it?
I think.
Ted the movie. Oh, that's a good one.
I don't know the actor's name.
Can we
Can we
describe the
change?
first-
Can we
the
change?
first
yeah. How do
name?
you change?
Yeah. Okay. We can change. I think.
How do you change?
I'm not sure.
I don't know. I've never played.
Oh, we failed the first
Oh, that
game.
was good.
It was
It was Seth MacFarlane.
Oh, I would never have got that.
Okay.
I have heard of the name, but I would
Yeah.
never got that.
I don't
Let's
even know
try
who
another
that
one.
is.
Superstars. Yeah. Got.
Yeah.
Go on for superheroes. Go on for the letters of the alphabet.
Okay. Shall I go?
Yeah. Go
Or do you
on.
wanna
No,
go
go
then,
on. Give it to Master.
Here we go.
You got it. 3, 2, 1. Oh.
Oh.
I know.
Treasure. That is what you are.
Magic.
Oh, honey, you're.
Oh, Bruno
Tony
Mars.
Ford.
Yes.
Yeah, yes.
Oh, are these all singers? Is it?
No.
Superstars.
Seth MacFarlane
Superstars.
was
famous,
Okay,
famous
okay.
people.
My go.
Yeah.
Got it.
Do we have Master Sri Akarshana in there?
Oh, I got this guy. Okay, let's change.
Change.
You want to do that? Pass.
Okay.
I'm seeing.
Right.
one
Let's
of-
do it again. Are you going now, Nike?
Yeah.
Okay. How do you pass? How did you pass it? Okay. Ready?
Why? Why? Why
you
is
should
this?
get an iPhone.
Here we go. Go. Don't mark Android. Oh. Maybe you're too young for this, but Master and I probably.
No,
should.
don't,
I have
don't
no
drag me
idea.
into it.
It's
Maybe you're too young for this. Master's a bit older. So
it's a TV show, a brilliant TV show that came before Friends, but it's similar to Friends.
Oh, wait, hang on.
And then it's the main character from that.
Oh gosh.
Okay.
Wait, is it How I Met Your Mother?
No, way before.
Wait, before. Oh, Grace and Sally.
No, probably still before. Okay.
That's a bit hard. How old are you?
27, 92.
Yeah,
I
it's
was
a
born.
really it's a TV show about a bunch of friends, just like Friends.
do you know?
An American TV show?
You do.
Yeah.
You do know?
You can help describe.
no idea.
American TV show.
No, but if he doesn't know it, then it's not going to help.
Old Jewish comedy.
Should we skip?
Skip.
Go on.
Skip.
See the
Seinfeld.
names.
No
No.
chance.
No chance.
Only
I know
old
the name, but
people.
there's no way I would have guessed.
Okay, we try one more. Do you want to try, Jane?
Go on, Jane.
Yeah,
Okay,
but I don't know a lot of famous people.
we can try.
Ready? 3, 2, 1. Don't know.
What?
No,
What have we selected in here?
it's Superstars.
It was super simple when I was testing.
Oh,
it was
well, testing is
yeah.
different to actual.
Can I have a look now?
Yeah, you
Yeah.
Are we
can
giving
have
up?
I'm
I've
sure
never
you would
heard
have
of
guessed
them.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wouldn't.
Shall we quit the game?
Go on, no,
Okay.
you got one more.
Oh,
One more for
one more.
you. Yeah, yeah.
Okay,
Okay.
one last one.
One
One
last
last
go.
one.
Yeah.
Come on, game. Give us a good one.
We've got to have one pass at least.
I even apparently I didn't even know how to work my phone.
I-
Okay,
I-
try. Here we go. Maybe.
Maybe we need to choose a different game
I think
next
you need
time.
a new game, yeah.
Yeah.
But that was a good try. It nearly worked.
Good attempt. Yes.
Good attempt.
It's about never give up.
If anybody has any
I was
game
gonna say,
suggestions
yeah.
for our next show, please let
Yes.
us know in the comments below.
Yes, please. Or if there anything, any element you think we should play,
Just
or
no
we should
chili
do.
challenge.
Yeah.
No.
No chili challenge. Oh, lemon challenge.
Let's
Also
do
lemon
lemon
challenge.
challenge.
Lemon challenge.
Lemon, I can do
Challenge
that
would
any
be
day.
good.
Lemon
Yeah,
challenge.
Lemon.
Have you guys ever thought of ASMR? Or that's a topic. that I
what would
just-
you do?
ASMR. What's
You just-
ASMR?
Start everyone scratching the mic.
No. You just eat in front of my
What's ASMR?
master. Everything I talk about is food, so food need to be related.
She wants to
in
crunch
everything.
into a KFC.
Oh yeah, remember the time I was in India doing that? But
Wait,
that's
are you not-
another
Are you not
story.
vegetarian?
She is. She's a vegetarian who loves
Chicken.
watching people bite into chicken.
Right, for real.
Yeah, that's her guilty pleasure.
Oh,
Yeah, that's
what?
my guilty bit.
That's how
You're a
she-
food
that's-
spectator.
That's how she stays sane as a vegetarian. Yeah.
Mm.
So those of you struggling to be vegetarian, you
like
can
it.
try that
Yeah.
method.
Or you can read our magazine that's coming up soon. That I have shared my tips of how to become vegetarian from
Oh,
a
wow.
super big fan of meat. Any type of meat.
Carnivore.
Yeah, carnivore. No, not to that
Mm.
extreme, but
What was your favorite kind of meat? Or all of them?
Don't remind me.
all of them,
Sugar
all of
remind
them. Yeah.
She's gonna switch
Yeah,
again.
describe it to me.
After
How
the
did
show.
it feel?
How did it
Yeah.
It does.
How
It
did
does feels a little bit funny though, like, because I thought about switching it back during the lockdown, I really thought about it, but I couldn't. I was too afraid to do that because
That's good.
I know my reason of becoming a vegetarian.
What is your reason?
Yeah.
Compassion. Like,
really?
it's life. And then
And then when lockdown happened, you lost compassion. Lost all compassion.
I was thinking, I need compassion to myself. I feel like I want to eat meat, so I should give that. No, just kidding. but
Self-love.
everything starts with self-love. But then at the same time, I was thinking it's hard to switch back because you recognize it's not just animal, it's life that doesn't speak the same language, that's it, but it's still life. So it's hard to really switch back, but it's always enjoyable to see someone eating crunchy chicken.
You're living through them.
Living through the
Yes. But anyway, thank you guys, creators, for watching the show. Let us comment below. Let us know what you think about this episode, and please suggest any good games you think we should play. And make sure you click the thumbs up, give us a thumbs up, and click the subscription button. So we will see you next time. Bye.
Bye.
Namaste.
Namaste.